heard, we are Sisterhood of the Traveling Bantha. We are your hosts, Crystal
and Denise, and we are coming with special support from Council Member Mark Collier.
We are broadcasting from a galaxy far, far away.
Work.
Oh, man.
Sorry.
Hey, Heard.
Hey, Heard. What's going on? Did that make it in the recording?
I think it did. So, what is up? We are, I don't know, this has been an interesting lead up to recording because Denise deleted half her notes. So,
we had some technical difficulties.
Imagine that.
Fucking surprise.
Crazy.
No, we do have, though. We have Bailey, but the eraser.
And then me, yeah. I am the eraser.
I legitimately thought that she was going to tell us she was an assassin before the show started. She said a couple of words and a couple of the letters were the same. So my brain was automatically like, of course she's an assassin. So we decided her assassin name would be the eraser.
The eraser, because I erase people.
You decided that?
Well, you were busy being angry about your note. We had a whole conversation.
I'm off in my own world.
You need to change your handle from Sin to the eraser.
Yeah, sure. Let me, if I can change it.
But hey, we are here and we are fucking excited. And why are we fucking excited?
Mando finale. Like, holy shit. It's been, 8 weeks now? We're on our 8th week?
Yes.
Has it been that long without Din?
Well, has it? Yeah, because we started this after the show. This might have been a little bit longer.
I am unwell. Oh my god.
It's weird that it's been so long.
Oh, I don't like this. And there's such a long gap between Mando and Ahsoka. Like,
I know, I think there's 74 days until Ahsoka. But who's counting, right? I mean, not me.
Nerd.
That's so exciting. So exciting. We should have a countdown. We should have a countdown to Ahsoka.
Yes.
That's a lot of work.
I'm so excited for Ahsoka.
Which is basically how we do everything.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work. Let's do it. Okay.
I am excited for Ahsoka. I feel really bad because I liked Ahsoka. I know this is way off topic from what we're talking about. I liked Ahsoka in Rebels. I've liked Ahsoka and Mandalorian. I can't fucking stand her in Clone Wars right now.
You will.
I am so sick and tired of people saying it gets better. I should not have to sit through 4 seasons to get to the good part.
Oh, you're still not liking it? You're on the 4th season and you
I'm not even on the 4. I can't get through episode 8 of season 2. That is where I'm at. I cannot.
Well, listen, you can't talk about needing to get through 4 seasons if you're only on season number 2.
Can't bring myself to watch it.
Oh my god.
I cannot find the motivation to sit
All right.
it.
Listen. A few months ago, we were here and the situation was reversed because Denise's favorite goddamn show is Andor. And I was like, meh.
But there's only 12 episodes. It's not 7 seasons of 18 to 22 episodes.
So now it's like, you need to watch the fucking show. Just push through it. Okay, you can not like Ahsoka for a while. It's fine. She's kind of bratty for a while. She's little. Yeah. She doesn't stay little.
So it's almost making it hard for me to be excited for Ahsoka when I literally at this point in my Star Wars watching journey,
you already know
not stand her.
That's maybe
I know she gets better
for you because we all got that intro differently. We didn't get to see grown up. We didn't get that. So you're watching it in a different.
You're watching it in reverse.
Keep fucking watching it.
Yeah, just keep going because that's how I felt about Bo-Katan. Honestly, this last season of Mandalorian made me fall in love with Bo-Katan. I hated her. I was like,
Right.
she is so selfish and prideful. Like, she's a bitch. But I love her now. I'm
From
2%.
hating her to
2%.
the
2%.
2%
2%.
So, but we're
Yeah.
here, we're back, and we are here to talk about the very last, very exciting finale of Mando season 3. And oh my god, the shit that happened.
Yes. Okay. So I rewatched it this morning, like before like recording, because
I rewatched it this afternoon. Like I got home and threw it on while I was working on the Unzellendor for the set.
because I procrastinated writing this because if anybody knows, my work has been complete shit this week. So I have had no motivation. So I watched it this morning, and I feel bad because I don't know if I enjoyed it nearly as much as watching it the first like 3 or 4 times around. And this, yeah, I was a little
Really?
like, yeah, I know. I'm
You
surprised.
just, like, burnt yourself out. Like you've watched it so many times that all the things that were like big surprise impact aren't anymore.
No, because I absolutely loved episode 7 when I rewatched it and wrote that one. And I was like, oh, episode 7 was great. It ended like we had Paz, my dude, like Din gets caught, like
didn't bring her in. We need a struggle.
and so like it ended. I just felt like a lot of the end of the season, like this finale was kind of in the forefront in episode 7. But we do start this episode off like we got Bo is fleeing with the Mandos. Din is captured and trying to break loose. And then we have yeah, right. And then we have Axe. Oh, Axe. He's flying up for reinforcements. So like we had all this going on, and now we're here. We have the fight. The fight, I'm not gonna say like it's good. Maybe I'll like this more as we go. But the fight, you guys.
What happened? The closer I get to my screen, the sorry.
I know you're disappearing.
I know.
Crystal's getting Thanos snapped right now.
Like
Thanos is trying to take Crystal from us. Don't let him.
Stop going down on Din. I wrote Crystal.
Look, you're doing it now, Crystal.
Look how fucking proud she is too. Like, look what I did.
So
whatever I was trying to do, I don't need to do it anymore.
I guess let's talk about Axe Wolves.
Yeah, we can do that.
Please.
Please,
let's talk about Axe Wolves.
This dude. Okay, this dude.
You're AI.
I loved his character development this season. Like from season 2 to now, like this dude, the growth, like we respect this man. He is fucking flying to get reinforcements, and
through
he
space.
is.
I didn't even know that was a thing. He had like the helmet POV where he's like literally like just like flying in, and I was like, "Is that?" I didn't even know they could do that. Okay, off Axe Wolves, I guess. Like,
cool.
This is another example of Star Wars physics because I'm like, the pressure from you going out of the atmosphere like that. What?
Like, yeah, because you got to think about like the pressure on your lungs and like going from deep space into, and we don't know what the gravity is like on this planet either. And
you're right, I have no idea.
And it's all stormy, and he's just raw dogging it through the clouds for Mandalore. Sorry,
but like this dude, but like raw dogging it through space. But it's not the first time we've seen the helmets pressurized, so I guess it makes sense. Yeah. I don't know. Well, okay, maybe it's easier for the Mandos to fly in this type of situation because they are wearing Beskar and it's not going to like concave as much as I think, as say like if it
Yeah.
was something like a stormtrooper, because it's such
Yeah.
a heavy steel, so it's not going to put like any kind of pressure on their body.
Yeah.
They'd have to
Yeah.
have something strong as they fly up and down and around and
Yeah.
in and
It's
out
true.
of the holes.
And because
I'm saying that because there's holes right here in my skin.
Sure, yeah. That's exactly why you said it. Mhm.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm in a weird mood tonight, you guys.
We
are
are.
you
I
you
blame
sure you want to actually make it to 2 episodes? Because I may have something.
the
But yeah, you guys. So this fight, we got 3 different things going on. We got Axe Wolves, he's doing his things, going to get reinforcement. And then we have Bo Katan and a ragtag team of Mandos that were on Mandalore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They flee till reinforcements comes in, and you guys, fucking Mandalore.
amazing. Sorry, I'm gonna interrupt. I was trying to figure out how to say this, which is kind of a fucking amazing. And I know we already said it, but that they fucking survived.
Yeah, the planet is fucking thriving.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
I
Amazing.
It was so beautiful, and the fact that it was all the like old indigenous like plants from like
Yes.
before
Yes.
the Mandalore Civil War, like
All they need
long
is
time
room.
ago.
I
Like,
love
Yeah.
that. One of my favorite lines from the entire episode. Just all they need is room to grow. When he's
yes,
talking
Yes.
to I can't remember his name,
He's
but when
talking to Bo.
about
Or,
and she's
well,
like,
he's
oh, you or what'd she say? You planted or you I
farmed.
can't remember. You said something like that, and he was
yeah.
like, no, we planted farms. We cultivated these. Like the planet was
Yeah.
abandoned, and they started to come back. Like, and they were just like, hey, this is amazing. This is native food. This is native to this land, so it already will
Yeah.
grow well. All we got to do is give it a little nudge, and then
Yeah, that was actually my favorite moment from the series finale. I actually wrote down my notes for that. I wanted to talk about it because, like, that moment was so also significant for Bo-Katan because I feel like this last season was really like her redemption arc to
Yeah.
become like a true Mandalorian. Like we've seen Bo-Katan grow up in politics. Like she
right,
knows like, oh, I'm a Mandalorian. Like I'm entitled to this kind of attitude. And then when Din comes into the picture and she goes through like losing Mandalore, losing everything, losing her people. I feel like this whole season really was about her becoming a true Mandalorian and like a true leader. And then her in that cave, it just was so symbolic of like her growth as a
Mhm.
leader. And like to see him say that to her, and you can even tell like she has a moment where she just like staring in this cave and she's like, oh my gosh, like I get it now. And it was just that was my favorite moment. I cried. I was like, oh my God. Ugh, it's
So
beautiful.
I found the quote,
Yes.
and it said, she's like, "You farmed underground gardens," and the survivor captain. No, we planted farms. These are old species indigenous to Mandalore. They've been dormant since before the centuries of civil war. Once the planet was abandoned, they sprouted in spots. We cultivated farms and life persists. And Bo-Katan replies, I've only seen gardens in the dome cities. I never knew the surface could still sustain plant life." And he replies, all they need is room to grow.
and I love it.
And,
That gives me warm, fuzzy feelings.
and like you were saying,
All
like,
they need is room
Bo, yeah, Bo, this whole season, she did go away from, like, she kind of broke free from everything, and it allowed her to grow and see everything else and experience
Yeah.
right.
tribes
She's
outside of
doing the
hers.
cool. I mean, she got out there and lived her life. She found a cult.
Yeah.
She joined it.
And not only that is when she was going out, she like saw all these other planets and kind of how they were surviving and how they were thriving, and kind of taking in all these different cultures, all these different walks of life to not inspire, but give her a new perspective on how to lead her people.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I
then
think.
she took all of that together, and now she is very much prepared, and she has people from all different factions ready to follow
Mhm.
her, ready to fight for her.
Yes.
With her, alongside
so
her,
true.
you know, like, and that's pretty bad.
But it was really rough for me to see. So she has this kind of like aha moment, and then they go back with the reinforcements. We have now the armor and everybody. Okay, fucking flying with her tools, and then Bo with
I
her like
know.
dark saber. Like,
I felt like such a
she never
fool.
uses anything other than those tools. But man,
I
I just
fucking
love
love
watching her or watching her walk in and just like bang,
I
bang, you're
know.
dead too. Bang, you're dead too. And it's just like giant ass hammer, big ass red thing.
Yes.
Like
I
it
feel like
was-
such. Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say I
No,
felt
no,
like
no,
such
no.
a fool because I really thought she was gonna betray everyone. And when she
I
said
did
Lady
too!
Bo-Katan, I was like, "Here it comes!" And then she was like, "Your reinforcements are here," and I was like, "Fuck!"
I thought she was gonna turn. I thought she was gonna turn and be on Muff's side and like
I
come after
know.
her.
yep.
I'm like, that's so embarrassing.
Then-
I definitely was an advocate of that on social media. I'm like, sorry guys,
Denise
I'll
thought
see
the same
myself out.
thing. I thought she was just gonna die. I figured she would be the one
Yeah.
that we lost.
I
Yeah.
thought she was gonna turn her back on all these Mandalorians. Just how they set up the story. Like I
Yeah.
just
She's
so
a bit of an unlikable
so
character. You know, like
sus.
She's
a bit abrasive.
mysterious.
Mhm.
Yeah. I really think she's Dathomirian. I still stand by that.
I'm
Anyways.
on that one too. So I 100% agree. But
That
like
was Ooh, and the way she talks, even like the timbre of her voice is so Night Sister.
Mhm. I will say I felt like so it was kind of hard because after like Bo had this like aha moment of seeing everything come to life, and then she immediately goes back and she fights Moff, and she's fucking struggling. Like
Her screams during that were like so those are the screams of a scorned woman who has been through like years of pain and suffering.
Mhm.
And like, oh my god, Katie Sackhoff did such a freaking good job. She always does a great job, but like just like translating that pain and that like pent up bitterness towards Moff Gideon for like cutting her a bad deal that destroyed everything she had. Like, I mean, I have goosebumps. Sorry.
And it just like
No, it was amazing. And it did such a good job of illustrating, like, because we have seen Bo be such a fucking badass. And
Yeah.
then she went up against Moff and got her ass kicked. And it's like,
Mhm.
oh,
Mhm.
this guy is a
But I want to pause before we come. Before we conclude her fight. I want to go back to Din.
And how he plays gun run?
Oh my
Sorry.
god! It's like a fucking video game.
I don't know what that means. But
Okay.
it was so video gamey. Like
So there's
level.
yes, there's okay, so there's a mode on like games like Call of Duty or like just battle royale games. They're called gun run. So basically you start with like a shitty pistol, and as you kill people, you get a better gun. And so as he's like fighting these like death troopers,
So as he's
looking
like
ass things,
looting the
He's
bodies
getting
and like
upgrades.
I kept thinking this is a video game and I want to play this video game.
yes, I was like, he's
That's
doing
gun run.
gun run.
Level up your weapons as you're running
Yes.
through. Okay.
Did you guys also notice it's almost very reminiscent of Phantom Menace when Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan are fighting Darth Maul?
Yes.
That was like my first thought.
Yes. With the laser walls where they're like,
Yes.
Yep.
yeah.
And he keeps
I love the callbacks. And I like it when they're like, yes, they're here and you notice them, but it's not like
in your face. It's more
Yeah.
subtle.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, oh, if you watch this, you've seen something that feels
Mhm.
like this, you know? Oh, hi, kitty cat.
But I also love while this is
Sorry.
all going on, he's fucking yelling at R5 and he's like,
Yes.
Wait, R5 next.
open!
R5 is trying to deal with these fucking mouse droids that have surrounded him. He's just like people do what? What do we do with these little idiots? You can see him. It's almost like an
Yes.
uncomfortable adult being surrounded by children they don't know what
Get
to do.
away, get away, get
Yeah.
away.
He's like, I don't
No,
want
this
to
doesn't
hurt
make
you,
it,
but
But can we talk about how much Din actually trusted R5 to get this done? Especially coming
Growth.
from the first
Amazing.
episode of season 1. All he talked about was
I
how
don't
much
work with droids.
he hated droids. He doesn't trust droids.
Mhm.
And
And
here
now
he
he
is.
trusted R5 with his
And he was even said he made a comment. He's like, I don't speak binary, so I'm trusting you.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
I was like,
Yeah.
Damn.
who's this? Like
And
Yeah.
did you notice? I caught it, but he said it to Grogu and to R5 both at kind of different points right after they both have done like a good fucking job. But
mhm.
like when R5 managed to deal with all the fucking mouse droids and got that gate open, it's like, good job, buddy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Or what was it? You did good, something like that, some kind of actual
Mhm.
praise. And then when Grogu was a fucking badass, after all of that,
Yes.
it's like, good job, buddy. Like you were kind of turning into a dad. Oh,
I'm here for soft
Mando.
din. I'm here for soft din. I need more soft
I'll
din
be
in my
his
life.
mommy Mando.
I'm
I'm
I
sorry.
like that face. I like that. There we go. I like that expression a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I heard you. Sorry, they're all Tukas now. All of your cats are not Tukas.
I know. He's sorry.
I don't mind.
But yeah, the gun run. I love that you noticed that too.
Gun run.
But we get through this and we finally see what's in all those tanks. It's the fucking clones. They were creepy. Like,
Yes.
and then they open their eyes at Grogu and he's like, ah!
I know.
Like,
but, and I didn't catch this the first time, I think, but I think I might have just caught it this time. But like, Moff is talking to somebody in one of the last episodes, and he's talking about no, clones are your priority, not mine.
oh, that was
not
in
mine.
episode 7. He was talking to
7?
Hux. Yeah, he was talking to Hux during the
Oh,
Shadow
yeah.
Council.
Yeah.
And
Not mine. And then the next goddamn episode, you're like, you motherfucking liar.
But we know he's been all about the cloning since the first season. Like, that was the first episode they had Grogu for the cloning purposes because he wanted that force capability. And
he was the asset.
Obviously, now the Shadow Council has probably taken all this information to make Daddy Palpy, I don't know, fucking.
I am so sorry.
Totally, it does not. It's fine.
He's very problematic.
We like animals around here. We like.
I'm sorry. I'm just like, I saw something again about Rey being a Palpatine, and I'm like, I can't fucking take this whole Palpatine. Like, he should not have come back in the sequels. That is like my big beef of the sequels.
I agree. It's really
Palpatine was.
Yeah.
But but with this whole season of Mandalorian and talking about this, the cloning and with the Force.
Oh yeah.
This is connecting it all to the sequels.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
And
it's not depressing. Sorry.
But it's not the first time. Like I made a comment on one of my TikToks about watching one of the Clone Wars episodes, and I think it's like the first or second episode of season 2. Palpatine is even talking then about, was it Palpatine? No, somebody was talking about cloning with the Force. They have their own Force clones. So this is not anything new. This is something that they decided to take from Clone Wars that was over a decade ago and expanded on it. They just didn't.
He's been working on it forever. Mara was just talking about literally last episode. You were like, that's not my priority. Like, you motherfucking liar. How many tanks you got back there? And how long have you been working on these? Because you're talking about like Beskar alloy suits. Like, sorry, you don't do that immediately. That takes research.
Yeah. His power suit, I'm still not okay. I'm not convinced that he's dead. I think that was a clone.
Yeah.
And I think that the power suit, the reason why it was powered is like maybe for some reason the clones aren't as strong yet. And so the power suit is literally like powering the body.
Yeah, I thought it was very weird, like how much it made him stronger. Like, I didn't take Moff as somebody who's gonna fight the good fight and kind of at the backgrounds. And here he is, fucking taking down Bo, taking down Din. Like, nobody has a
Yeah.
chance against him.
We know he, he's not like a weakling, but it's that suit. Like that's why
Yeah.
he's so, he's just
Yeah.
overpowered.
So I'm reading my notes. These are all over the place, you guys, and it is just aggravating me. So I love the point where then he finally gets to Moff. And Moff Gideon starts fucking monologuing.
No,
Like-
listen. I literally had a moment from The Incredibles where he's like, "Oh, you caught me monologuing."
My favorite thing was what, like, Dan was like, "Oh, fuck this," and he blasts him. Thank you.
I yelled. I was very excited.
It was so
I love
funny.
a good monologue, and
I think our whole room got excited about that. I feel like I remember the room like cracking up and yelling because we had the watch party finale at the Hollow.
That's right.
And I feel like the whole room was like,
Yes.
But like, I did find it.
It's so funny because the way he just stomps in and he's like, "You killed my clones. I loved them. They were my children." And Din's like, "That's cool."
It had this sound. I was like, and it almost had a Vader-esque like breathing sound to it too.
Yeah,
like,
the apparatus was weird, which is why I'm like, there's no way he's got to be a clone. And like, they just did too many like shots that were close-ups on the suit of like him denting the metal and like the pressurized like mechanisms. I was like, Dave Filoni, you're trying to do something. I don't know what it is, but I'm onto you. I'm like, it's real convenient that Axe Wolves just flies a whole ship into the... It's too convenient.
But like at this point too, like Din is losing to Moff as well.
Yeah.
Like Din is losing. Grogu had to like help save him. Then Bo comes to try to fucking save him, and then she's fucking struggling. Like you guys,
is so overpowered.
Why is Moff so OP?
That fucking suit.
It's the suit. Listen, when Grogu comes out with the little, and he's no, I was like, baby, you gotta hide. They're gonna kick your ass.
And then he chases the Praetorian, and he's like, no, and then he's like hopping around,
and then he's having fun. Did you guys notice? Like he was giggling a couple of times. He was like,
there was a point then he realized, oh shit, I don't have any weapons, and I'm just hopping from light to light to light.
All I'm doing is running around.
Yes,
they have weapons.
But like,
the Praetorian guards, though. Oh, sorry.
I love them. They're such bad. I want to make that costume.
They are.
I think it'd be really fun.
They're really.
Again,
they're great.
Another tie-in to the sequels.
Yes.
Yes. The Praetorian guard.
I like the connection, and I've said it like 1,000 times on this show, but I love connections and little bits and pieces because if this world were real, we wouldn't be isolated. We would know something of far-flung planets off in, what is it called that I like so much? The
wild space.
Wild space. Off in wild space. We would know something though. It's like we don't live in China, but we know things. We have things that bleed over from them to us and us to them. And, it's like within our Star Wars universe, our Star Wars galaxy, totally makes sense that, like, yeah, people on Tatooine would have something from Cloud City, from Aldani. Something would make its way. And so, yeah, we have Praetorian guards being called back over here because they happen over here too. And it's not a lone instance. And I really love that they're not making things be, oh, this was only a sequel thing. Like, no, they exist. So here's
talking about things connecting, we also see that too in the sequels. This is going to be like a completely different thing, but like legends, like these grand stories do get shared throughout space, because we hear at the very end of The Last Jedi, we have the kids talking about the Jedi that fought the First Order.
Mm-hmm.
They're talking all about that. I see you, Bailey.
I missed it. What happened?
What I do?
It's like,
oh, sorry, my hat. I would never hit him. Oh my god, I'm gonna get canceled.
My
Please.
cat is somewhere in here too. But like
We know you're at Walter State.
we see these kids talking about the stories and the fight of this Jedi taking on they're not the AT-ATs, the First Order ones. I can't remember what they're called.
ES
ATS.
something.
No, those are chicken walkers.
Oh yeah, those are
The chicken walkers.
Yeah, ATS is chicken walkers. Just look at them when they're walking. They look like got little
chickens. Yeah, these are the gorilla ones. The gorilla knuckles.
Yes.
Oh yeah, what the fuck are those?
I don't remember.
I'm gonna look it up now.
Gorilla walkers.
But we see like these legends, these stories, these myths, as you might call them, are going to get spread throughout space. So it makes sense that all these different things would pop up in different shows in different time eras, even across the galaxy from one end to the other. Like people are going to know about things, just like. So I agree. I like that this season definitely is tied. It definitely tied the gap between the originals and the sequels a lot more, and filling in those, and especially with the whole New Republic.
Oh yeah.
I have all kinds of feelings about the New Republic.
They're so Empire, it hurts. Like
it's like
same talk about them. Ugh.
Yeah, same thing,
story,
different name.
Yeah. Also, the First Order, they're called AT-ATs. They're not anything.
They're
special.
AT-ATs too.
They're also AT-ATs. Okay.
Yeah.
So they're the same AT-ATs as the other AT-ATs.
They're different. They're like newer, but they're called the same thing.
It doesn't.
Kylo Ren was lazy.
But a lot of the people who formed. A lot of the people who started the First Order were people from the Empire. So it makes sense.
So it's what they were familiar with.
Yeah, they're lazy. They were like, why change it? You know, it's the same thing.
It already worked for like 20 some odd years. Why create all new vehicles? We can just repurpose the old ones and the ships.
Wait, that would be so interesting to see if we ever get that filled in, like for the First Order, if they literally like just they use like Imperial like rules and regulations and they just rebranded. They were like, oh, let's keep all the protocols and everything. We'll just like rebrand it. Like that would be cool to see, kind of, because like that's what we've been seeing with Andor and
Aftermath trilogy.
Mando.
What?
Oh.
Aftermath trilogy. So we made that post about Rey Sloane.
Yes. Yeah.
She was actually part of the group that formed the First Order.
Okay.
With Hux, who was General Hux, Huxy Boy. His dad was part of
the niece's boy.
Brendel Hux.
But like she was part of the Empire, loyal to the Empire, well into the New Republic, but didn't like how some of the things were going. So they kind of start this new like alcove of the Empire out in the wilds of space, like Outer Rim, start the First Order to take over, kind of adapting those policies, changing up some of it to take back over. So it makes sense. Just like I think the New Republic, I think initially started off kind of like the Republic from like Padme's time and Bale's time, and they kind of took that and evolved it as well. I think a lot of this going back and forth between the good and evil is just rehashing what is done and trying to evolve it to make it better, but not succeeding.
Maybe not necessarily out of total malice, just some laziness, some this is familiar, we know how it works, we know how to do it.
Yeah.
And then hoping for evolution in the future.
Yeah. Now, is this Rey Sloane the same one from A New Dawn? Is it that Sloane? Yeah, from the book.
Oh, is that the same person?
Is she? I don't think she is.
Because I saw that and I was like, is this Sloane from A New Dawn?
Yeah, we just read that.
Which is great. Plug for Bonnie's bookshelf. Bonnie's bookshelf is really great.
And of course, if you are interested in joining the book club, you don't have to only read what we're reading. We'll talk to you about any books. We love them.
I am looking up her appearances. What the fuck am I doing?
Honestly, Wikipedia, please sponsor.
That's where I'm at right now. A New Dawn.
It
First
is
appearance.
Nice.
Yes.
That was the name. Oh, that's fucking cool. Okay.
I knew the name was first appearance was in she's in that. She's also mentioned in Alphabet Squadron.
Oh.
You
Okay.
guys, give me 1 second. My cat's losing his shit. All right, so we have gone way off topic.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I love this stuff. Like, it's so nice connecting everything. But yeah, so now we're
But
at
bringing
the
it
point.
back to the episode, I want to talk
Yes.
a little bit about Bo and Moff and their fight and how he was taunting her.
Yes.
He was just, I mean, you're done, you know? And she had a badass quote that isn't the first time we've heard it. We have been saying this right along with her the entire time.
I picked this out for you.
Mandalorians are stronger together.
Yes.
Mandos are stronger together.
Yes,
And
yes.
I love it. It feels good. It's another thing that gives me nice, happy feelings. And I love it because it is such a, I mean, you take it and apply it. You're stronger with your people. You're stronger with your circle, your tribe, your village, your, you know, whatever it is you call it your people, you're stronger with them than without them. Anytime you can let whatever the big bad going on divide you from your people, you're going to fall so fast. And we see that that's exactly what happened. Grogu, Din, and Bo all were separated. They were separated and they went down so fucking fast.
Yep. And it was the turning point too when they all came together. Like, that is when the whole fight completely shifted.
Yes.
That was when they were able to stand up against Moff.
Oh,
and then here comes Axe with the fucking fleet, like flying down. Oh, it was so great. And then Grogu was using his force shield to protect
his
Daddy Mando and Auntie Bo. Auntie Bo and Daddy Mando are safe.
Yep. He's like, I got you. I got this.
He really said.
And he just, I mean, inferno around them. And he's like, barely breaking a sweat. Like, I got this.
And he didn't pass out either afterwards.
No,
like,
he
historically.
He avoided so good.
That time with Luke really paid off, didn't it?
It did.
How long was he with Luke?
I think he was with Luke for like, I want to say it might have been a year because Book of Boba Fett was like, that was actually more drawn out than it seemed. It was at least 6 months to a year, which, like, if you think about Din, like, homie was going through it. He had to have been. And I love soft Din.
Me too. I think you need that. You know, like, you can't just go through life and only be hard. Like, you can't just be a badass all the time and have no
Yes, you can.
Like, not healthy. It's not healthy. It's not good. It's not good for the old man.
You don't need to be healthy.
Don't listen to Denise. She's got bad advice.
I do give bad advice.
You turn into Moff Gideon if you stay bitter. You become Moff Gideon when you could be.
And if you don't, then you get what's behind Bailey right now. And who doesn't fucking want that? Come on.
I want that. Let me just put myself here.
Oh. I love it. It's like they're your dolls, though. They're so tiny.
I know. I'm like, oh, my legs.
No. It's all right. I have legs, too. Look.
Oh, my God.
I have legs.
Put that leg up high for Din there.
God, shut up. Listen.
I don't blame you, girl. I don't blame you.
Talk about.
Okay, so the fight, it ends. We win. We fucking win Mandalore. So I know we talked about this is going to be a 2-part. We got the fight, like the fight part of the episode. That cleaned up very nicely. We won Mandalore back. And then now everybody's at peace.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have peace. We go back to the living waters. I love this scene. Like,
That's Vizsla's son.
I know. He finally gets to take the creed. He finally takes the creed. I was super sad that his father was not there to see him.
He would have been so proud. I mean, like, he was crazy about his kid anyway.
Yeah. And I also thought it was very interesting, the whole Grogu aspect of this scene. Like, Din wanted him to take the Creed,
Yeah.
but he can't take the Creed because
Right.
he can't speak. Like, he doesn't talk. I'm not gonna lie, I honestly thought we were gonna get Grogu's first word this
I did
season.
too.
Yeah.
And
They were really building that moment up for it. And he was
And
like,
And then we got no.
yeah.
I mean, it is a first word, right? Like,
But he
Yeah.
didn't technically say it, I think. But
I
I
mean,
kind
like,
of thought even at the very end we're gonna get his first word because he's gonna speak the Creed, or at least part of it. I thought we were going to get
yeah.
that, but I like that
um,
we got more.
I'm gonna say I
Yeah.
like where it went instead, where he had to remain a foundling because he couldn't speak or he didn't have his parents' approval. And as soon as she said that, I'm like, how the fuck is he? He's been orphaned for like 50 plus. He's in his 60s.
Right? Yep.
We don't even know what kind of species this is, so how will we even know where to begin to look? Like,
Yeah.
but then when Dan says he'll adopt him so he can become his apprentice, I was just like, this is what we've been building up to all season, because
Yeah.
the relationship between Din and Grogu has evolved so much from just watching over the asset, the child, to him
Taking him on as his son.
yeah, and teaching him how to fly, how to navigate. He's holding him
Yeah.
everywhere. Like, he's so protective. It made sense. That was
Yeah.
He
definitely
found a life that he could be safe in for that baby. You know, like he didn't walk away from everything for himself. When he was
no.
having that conversation with help me with the name. And he was like, I've got the kid, you know, I'm obviously
Grief.
gonna be more
Grief.
selective. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm obviously gonna be more selective about the job.
About.
You know,
Oh,
Yeah.
Tava.
Oh, Tava. Captain Tava.
thank you. Yes, Tava.
Yeah.
I can see his face and I cannot think of his name. But he's talking about that, and everything he said was for Grogu. It
Yeah.
wasn't for
Yeah.
himself. He wasn't looking for a way out. You know, he's fine. But he wanted Grogu to be safe and have a good life and be able to grow up and like have a good place to grow up and not jumping from fight to fight to fight,
Yeah.
constantly running for his life.
And I like the fact that he actually went back to the Delphi base and he talked to Tava about it, because he's like, he's told to teach him the way of the bounty, like teach him his skill. So bounty hunting, like, I love the fact that him and Tava had this understanding that where the New Republic isn't meeting things, other people can stand up
Right.
Yeah.
for the galaxy, like the Mandos did for Navarro.
Yeah.
Like, they stepped
Yeah.
up and they took care of them. And so so because of that, I think they understood that there is a place for these bounty hunters to help protect people and to help make the galaxy a better place. And I love that he was still helping the Republic, this not being the Republic.
The Republic. Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely was like, yeah. I love that that scene with Grogu walking into that cantina that was so cursed. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh
His
my
little
God.
puppet feet. I was like, whoa. He's got them dogs out. Put them things away. Dave Filoni sitting at the bar.
But I love that his sign-on bonus was the IG head.
I know.
Yes,
I'm gonna
it
need
was
an
so
advance.
perfect. Oh, did you guys see?
Finally.
Oh, sorry. I think that there was the stormtrooper helmet
Mhm.
in that
Mhm.
scene, which is from Project something or other. I think it's the zombie one. That
I know what you're talking about. It's from the books. There was a book all about like the zombie, like,
yeah, I
stormtroopers.
want to
Yeah.
say, or maybe it was from science. There's something that's canon.
I know what you're talking
with
about.
that
I can't think
helmet.
of what it is, but I think
But
those zombie troopers are rad. I want to
that'd be
build that
cool.
costume so bad.
Yes.
It's not
Oh
like
my
an
gosh.
approvable thing. I just think it's fun.
You should do it. Do it anyway. But yeah, oh my god, that scene was so good, and I just little Grogu, and
Mhm.
he just hops up on the bar and eats like peanuts or whatever
I
it
know
was.
it. I know it. It's so cute.
He needs to join Crystal on her snack attacks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You're right. Larry should start making appearances here and there on our.
That would be
videos.
amazing.
Better watch out for that. Oh, look, I'm wearing a Firefly shirt. Still a space shirt. I didn't put on a Star Wars shirt, but my Big Damn Heroes shirt from Firefly.
I want to touch back on, because we jumped a little bit. The Forge.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
Relighting.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that scene was just
Emotional.
and there was so much like symbolism for it too. Like
Yeah.
they're reigniting the Mandos. They were coming back together, taking their planet, Bo taking her like rightful place. Their armor is back where she belongs, like in the Forge. Like it was just, and they're so
Yeah.
big. The Forge, like it was just so.
I know.
Yeah.
We talked about that in one of our previous episodes.
The
like,
last episode, yeah.
comparing it to because you see that forge just spread out in front of you, all the expanse, and it's huge and it's beautiful and it's gorgeous and it's dead.
Yeah.
And then we see it come back to life. But that was just like the Mandos. The Mandos were huge and expansive and glorious, right? But then they were dead. They were scattered, and their world was thought to have been poisoned, and they were cold.
Yeah.
And all the fire was gone. And then, like Denise said, all the symbolism of seeing that forge get to be relit again.
Yeah. And I think it also just like ushers in a new era for like Star Wars fans. Like I know for me personally, if you would have asked me like when Rogue One came out, if we would have ever gotten to see like live action Mandalorian stuff, I would have been like, no, there's no way. Like there's no way it's going to happen. Like we're never going to see the Mythosaur. We're never going to see this stuff. And like just to be able, like this last season, I literally cried when we saw the Mythosaur this season. I cried on the couch like a baby because it was just like
Me too.
such like that's like that's the symbol that we know and love. Like that's Boba's symbol. Like that's the first thing where that's the first piece of lore really that we get about Mandalorians is aside from their armor is this symbol.
Yeah.
And now we have like the people coming back to the planet and we have a Mythosaur. It's like it's so symbolic. And like I really think like relighting of the forge is because Denise, you've talked about this, the Dave Filoni movie that's going to come out. I really think it's going to be an encompassing like I don't know if it's going to include Thrawn or what, but I do hope it's like an all out just like mashup of the shows and we get to see and like I hope that the lighting of the forge is also symbolic of like what's to come with the shows. Like that would be
right.
amazing.
We're starting a fire. Now what do we do with it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm really, really excited to see what happens.
Yeah.
So
another thing I was pretty fucking excited about though. It's like we find out why Din wants that IG head for an advance.
yes!
And
the marshal!
IG 11 is back ish.
He's the Marshal of Navarro, and I love that he's there to protect him. Like
Marshal of Navarro.
I was super excited. And that like freed Din to do what he wanted to do because I don't think he would have felt right without leaving some sort of protection for Navarro to be able to go do some of like his bounties.
Yeah.
Without having to worry about his friends. You're on the you're gonna be fine.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Sorry, no.
Go ahead.
And it just like I very much feel like it wrapped everything up into this beautiful, perfect series ending, and we know that it's not the end.
Well,
we know.
Okay, but nothing has been officially confirmed for any more. Like Mando season 4. Jon Favreau has said he's written it to lay out the groundwork, but Disney, Lucasfilms, nobody has officially announced a season 4.
Yeah.
So this
and they said, and they ended it. They ended it in a perfect way. It could, if they don't do another season, it ends very well. And now we have the writer's strike going on,
right?
Oh yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, I'm
Just
so
pay
like
the fucking writers so we can have our Star Wars.
Yeah, the writers are the backbone of everything.
Take care of them. We don't have shows without people to write them. Take care of them. Make them happy. Give them what they need.
Yes, and I definitely
wouldn't be mad if it didn't come back. I mean, if this was it,
I'd be so pissed.
I would be kind of sad because I really would love to see, like, this is just like the fan person in me, but I just want to see Din and Grogu just go on
An
random
adventure.
wacky
I want to see
missions.
it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I don't want more. I'm just saying if it doesn't happen, I'm not mad. I feel like
Yeah.
it's complete for me.
It's
Doesn't
concluded.
have,
I
like,
remember,
cliffhanger.
yeah. Yeah. Denise and I looked at each other when we were at the Hollow, and we were both like, this feels like a finale. Like, it feels like this is it.
Because
Yeah,
they wrap
it does.
everything up so nicely,
Yeah.
and we don't know what's coming out. All we know is coming out next is Ahsoka. We know the Skeleton Crew's coming out, which also takes place during the same time period. It's nice to know that they have a season 4 written and they have it mapped out, I think, through like season 6, but we don't know. We also don't know when the Dave Filoni movie is coming out, because when that movie comes out may determine how many seasons we get of Mandalorian, because the first Star Wars movie was originally slated for 2025. Who knows if that's still the case?
Yeah.
But like we literally we don't know. And I kind of like not knowing.
Yeah.
Because then I don't have the. So I saw a post today. I was reading.
Go on.
So I saw a post talking about how people were complaining that a bunch of movies have been pushed back because of the writer's strike.
Oh,
fair
boo-hoo.
enough. But then somebody was just like, remember when during like the early 2000s and the 90s where we didn't know a movie was coming out until like a year before the movie was coming out? Like so many big movie companies now, well, Marvel has everything planned out for the next 7 years and we know what's coming out. I almost kind of like how we don't know. We know, we got these 3 type of movies coming out, but we don't really know a whole lot about it. We don't know when the release dates are. Like it could literally all of a sudden tomorrow they could drop a fucking preview for it.
Yeah.
We don't know.
And it's exciting.
I kind of like that.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of what they did with Ahsoka. Like, I'll tell you, I was not expecting at Star Wars Celebration to wake up to an Ahsoka trailer, a full trailer.
Right?
I said,
what? And he's like 4 a.m. Guys, wake the fuck up and watch this trailer.
And like that, it added to the joy and it added to like the excitement.
It was like, oh, we didn't know. This is a good thing.
Like we knew it was coming, but holy shit, it's like here.
Like they're done. Like the filming's done, the editing's done, the music is done. Like we're gonna go. And like that, I really hope, because I know that they're not doing another Star Wars Celebration until 2025, which I also think is like kind of
so glad.
I'm so
plenty of time.
The every year thing
gives the show plenty of time to figure out what to do, because we want a present for the next celebration. It's dumb to not have one.
Yeah. And I definitely think that like with the writers boycott and what am I saying? The writer's strike. Yeah, not the boycott. I don't know. I'm not boycotting the writers
because they're not being taken care of.
Yeah. I'm all for the writer's strike, and I feel like everybody kind of knew that was coming anyways. So I think that like Disney is really like specific on how they plan, and I really think that like 2025, I hope that they keep a lot of stuff as like a secret until Celebration, because that it also makes you want to tune in and watch and see like, oh my gosh, like I know that after Ahsoka came out, I was like, are they gonna drop a trailer for the Bad Batch? Like I gotta watch this whole thing.
Even now.
And that's one thing I think Star Wars Lucasfilms is really good about, is they don't just keep releasing information all the time. They kind of save it all up for a big dump.
Yeah.
Like celebration. But it gives something like people look forward to it. Like they don't really have a presence at like D23. They don't really do much Star Wars presence at cons throughout the country. They'll have like celebrities will go and do stuff, but they never really host panels. Even at like San Diego Comic-Con, they don't host anything there either. Like it's almost this exclusivity that makes the what's the word that I'm looking for? The mystery of it. They keep you guessing and wanting more. And I think it's because they also know that fans like to discuss all these different theories that they might have, and it leaves everything open for interpretation. Well, this show could be about this, this, or this, and this movie could be about this, this, or this. And what if they connect this character to this character? Like That's one of the driving things about Star Wars is because people can talk theories and dissect characters and shows and the connections and the philosophy behind Star Wars. And so
Yeah.
there's just so much.
Yeah. I hope that they keep it under wraps a little bit. That I agree. I think that would be amazing. That would be really, really cool.
Speaking of under wraps, though, I think that's an episode.
I think we talked a lot.
That's all right. I like Star Wars. But
Sorry.
we have another episode to record. So
Yes.
Yes.
You guys make sure to tune in to all of our channels.
you can find the podcast on social media all over the place. Our tag is at Travel and Bantha everywhere. You can find the podcast. You can listen to it on Spotify, Amazon, Google, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, Alexa, and you can now watch us on YouTube.
Damn, Crystal, you sound professional. Also, we still have our pre-orders opened up for our special Pride Bonnie t-shirts.
Yep. So make sure we'll have a link over around here somewhere.
Yes,
make sure you're checking those out. They're adorable.
They're so cute.
Having our cutoff on that probably around the first week of July, which will be like a day or two after this. So check them out. We love them. Part of the proceeds will go to the Trevor Project. And yeah.
Till next time, may the force be with you.
Always.
Whoa.
Thank you for listening to Sisterhood of the Traveling Bantha. We are written by Denise
and edited by Crystal. Our social media is managed by Bailey Hawkins. Original logo art created by Tyler Rigney.
Intro and outro music provided by Galactic Empire. You can follow us on all social medias at Traveling Bantha. We are also streaming on all major platforms, including Spotify, Apple, and Amazon.
You can leave us a tip and purchase stickers at buymeacoffee.com. Join our Patreon for as little as $3 a month and get access to special perks and gifts. We want to give a huge shout out to our Jedi Knight and higher supporters, Rooney, Michael Beavers, and Mark Collier. Thank you so much for your support. May the force be with you.
Always.